This is the RADNOR Report. With Ashley Bennett, Jeremy Rome, Lucy Bale, and Stephen Fay. Weather with Christopher Yao, Real View with Dylan Avnet, and Michelle Gorson, Rad Sports. Boldly going where no student news team has gone before. This is the RADNOR Report.
RADNOR's High Q team pulls out an impressive win at their home meet.
And the school district is on the search for our new superintendent.
Hi, and welcome to the RADNOR Report for the week of December 3rd. I'm Ashley Bennett.
And I'm Jeremy Rome. We'll have those stories and more later on in the show. But topping the RADNOR beat this week. On Saturday, December 1st, 5 RADNOR students participated in the Philadelphia Area High School Ethics Bowl, held at Villanova University. An Ethics Bowl is a competitive event in which teams analyze ethical dilemmas. The goal is to demonstrate knowledge of the issues at stake, to develop a framework to direct actions, and to answer questions asked by the judges. The clarity and persuasiveness of the argument about what we ought to do determines the winner. RADNOR was one of 12 teams competing after a tense and incredibly close competition. RADNOR won by a score of 137 to 133. We now go to Ellen Francis, who met up with some of the team earlier this week. Ellen?
Thanks, guys. I'm here with the seniors of the Ethics Bowl team and their captain, Mr. Rosen. So, Mr. Rosen, why exactly did you start this team?
Well, I didn't actually start it. I was contacted by Villanova University, which has a good relationship with RADNOR, and they started an Ethics Bowl program because this is the first year of Ethics Bowl Nationals. And there had been Ethics Bowl teams around the country in different regions since 2008. This is the first year of their nationals. They contacted the people at Villanova, said, would you like to do a regional competition? They sent information around to several of the schools in the area, and we were one. Mr. Skellinger got that, and he said, this is one for Mr. Rosen. So he sent it along to me, and we formed the team. We went to talk to the Model United Nations and recruited some of these fine gentlemen and put out some messages and got a number of other students there, and just kind of came to be.
You guys are doing very well. Can some of the seniors talk about what the experience was like?
Yeah, it was very interesting. It was different. All three of us do Model UN, and we've done it since, Griffin and I have done it since sophomore year, and Chris joined last year. And it's a completely different experience. While you use a lot of the same skills, debate and discussion and thinking on your feet, having judges there asking you questions and grading you basically based on how you do is a completely new experience. There's also a lot more prep work and a lot less conjecture and making stuff up as you go, which all three of us will tell you is a lot of what Model UN is about. So it was fun for us kind of getting a different feel, a different side of debate in a more formal debate setting than we've done in Model UN.
So, Griffin, how exactly do these rounds work?
Well, going into the Ethics Bowl, we knew the 15 topics we'd be debating, but we didn't know if we'd be debating all of them, which ones we'd be debating, when we'd be debating them, so going into the first round, we had no idea. As soon as we get in there, it's the 5 of us on one side of the room and 5 kids from another team, another high school, on the other side, and we don't know the topic still. Then they flip a coin to see which side goes first. Usually they'd say, one team call it. So if we said heads and it landed on heads, we could decide whether to go first or second. So usually, actually, every time we decided to go first because we were just, that confident. So we decided to go first every time we won. And that would mean they'd hand out the topics. We'd have about 3 minutes to prepare what we were going to say, and then a 7-minute speech where any of the 5 of us could talk and express our opinions on the topic at hand. After that 7 minutes, the other team would have 1 minute to kind of, deliberate, figure out what they wanted to say back, and then 3 minutes to respond. And that's how they would be graded. That was kind of like, their part of our presentation. Then, once they responded, we'd have 1 minute to deliberate amongst ourselves, talk about what they told us, the questions they asked, and then we could respond with another 3-minute rebuttal to their questions, all in the, goal of collaboration and moving the conversation along. After that, the judges would have a few minutes to kind of decide amongst themselves what still needed addressing, and then they'd ask us however many questions they wanted in the span of 10 minutes, and then we'd have, after each question, a few minutes to answer them in as much detail as we could, hoping to kind of appease any concerns they had. After that, the judges had a few moments to kind of score up everyone, and the way they did that, I'm not really sure the way they scored us, but it was a point system. And at the end of the point, end of the points allocation, it would be decided who won based on who had the most points. And we went 5-0, so we had the most points every time.
Well, congratulations. We are all very proud of you. And Chris, can you please elaborate on what your expectations were and what they are moving forward and some example questions that you were asked?
Sure, thanks a lot, Ellen. Moving into this, we really had no previous experience debating ethical issues, but we all sort of had an interest in sort of, deciding amongst ourselves and sort of moving debate in a way where we sort of can internalize the messages and lessons learned from each of these sort of questions. So we met roughly once a week. Mr. Rosen was very integral in sort of helping us and sort of moving conversation forward, and we found that we often sort of flip-flopped on the side. We couldn't always come to a universal agreement, and sort of debating amongst ourselves gave us a clear understanding of the issues at hand. And then moving into the Ethics Bowl itself, we, as we stated before, had no previous experience with this sort of thing, and we really didn't know how we were going to do. So, we were quite surprised when we, started doing very well, and we made it to the finals and eventually won. And the two questions discussed in the finals was, could Texas policymakers sort of influence the ideology and curriculum taught among schools in their jurisdiction? And Chris, I think, took point on that, and our contention was that it was sort of unethical for them to present their own biased information, and we sort of wanted a more universal, unbiased education presented so that, there's this sort of completeness among, and I guess a wholeness in the education system, just to provide a very sort of comprehensive education to all students. And the second question was a lady was tasked with providing health care to her employees, and she, on religious grounds, refused to provide funding for contraception. And the question is, could she ethically sort of reserve funding and withhold funding for contraception to her employees? And we debated that. We were actually the rebutting side, and it went over well. It was really close. I think we won by only 4 points or 5 points out of a total of 160. And moving forward to nationals, we're going to get the questions in February. The actual competition is in April, and I think we're all really motivated to do well and prepare. And hopefully we'll, do well there too. So we'll see.
Okay, well, congratulations again, guys. We're all really proud of you. So thank you, Chris Blasey, Chris Merkin, Griffin Unger, and Mr. Rosen for joining us. For the RADNOR Report, I'm Ellen Francis. Back to you.
Thanks, Ellen. The RADNOR Ethics Bowl team now automatically qualifies for nationals held in April. Congratulations to all team members Christopher Merkin, Christopher Blasey, Griffin Unger, Nick Brady, and Lewis Esser, and of course their coach, Mr. Rosen.
This year, Wayne Elementary School celebrates 40 exciting years of educating the children of Radnor Township. To acknowledge this important milestone, the school is commemorating this event by creating a unique wall of tiles personalized for the Wayne Elementary School families. Purchasing a tile is a fantastic way to honor children, teachers, and families. It is also a wonderful way to support the school. All proceeds will be used to update the playground used by kindergarten, first grades, and extended day students. Tile size is 4 inches by 8 inches and is available for a minimum donation of $75. The tiles will be placed on the new 3 Little Pigs wall at the entrance of the school. The wall can accommodate only 400 tiles, so please be sure to order today to reserve your spot. You may find details about this project on the Wayne eMinders page, or you can contact Grace Waddell at the email listed on your screen.
The search for the next superintendent of the Radnor Township School District is well underway. The position is being advertised through a variety of publications and job posting services. Deadline for applications is December 31st. Parents and community members are invited to participate in the superintendent search by attending focus group sessions. These will take place on Tuesday, December 11th from 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Radnor Middle School, and Thursday, December 13th from 2:30 p.m. to 4 p.m., and again from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the RTSD Administration Building. Registration is not required but appreciated. In order to have a superintendent in place between April 1st and July 1st, the Board of School Directors has developed an aggressive timeline which can be found at rtsd.org. Don't go away.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to the RADNOR Report. The Wayne Elementary School Coat Drive was an amazing success as donations went way beyond expectations. 170 coats, jackets, fleeces, and sweatshirts, 11 pairs of boots, 11 snow pants, 11 scarves, 13 sets of gloves, 9 hats, and even 2 pairs of snow goggles. All the donations have been distributed to the children and families enrolled in Aclamo's education programs, which are early childhood ESL programs with 30 preschoolers and their mothers, also an after-school program for grades K to 8 that serves 75 children. Many thanks to the wonderful Wayne Elementary School community.
Are you looking for the perfect gift to give this holiday season? Well, give a gift for the future to the RADNOR Educational Foundation to honor someone special. Your tax-deductible contribution will help REF's efforts to enhance and enrich curriculum programming for all RADNOR students. You may recognize and honor a special teacher, school employee, bus driver, coach, friend, or loved one. We will send a card to the person you designate and a receipt for your gift directly to you. For more information, visit the website listed below.
RADNOR High School's Future Business Leaders of America, or FBLA, had another successful and record-breaking showing at the Regional Leadership Conference at Marple Newtown High School on Thursday, November 29th. RADNOR students ranked very competitively. I will now try to properly pronounce the names of all these top-place finishers. In first place were Andrew Chen, our own Jeremy Rome, Josh Katz, Daniel Wee, Catherine Hung, Jeff Liu, Claire Song, Sad Imran, Angela Chang, Ben Cohen, Evie Kai, and Max Locke. In second place, Bowen Wang, Daniel Kushner, Alex Lee, Jordan Grossinger, Rishi Prasad, Albert Chang, and Joan Lim. The third place finishers were Josh Clegg, Elisa Wang, Daniel Lee, Michael Wong, Hamad Khan, and Yuichiro Iwamoto. And in fourth place were Cody Turnison, Mitchell Nachman, Alex Egg Krings, and Matt Schaefer. Kudos also to Catherine Hung, who was selected as the Delaware County FBLA Region 19 Secretary for the 2013 academic school year. Congratulations to the team, their coach Chip Horner, and to me for reading all those names.
Eric Zajac and Kim Doherty were elected President and Vice President, respectively, of the Radnor Township School District Board of School Directors at the December 4th Board Reorganization meeting. Zajac and Doherty take over for the 2011-2012 Board President Brucey Rappaport and Vice President Robert Armstrong, who both remain on the school board. The 5 other board members continuing their terms are Patricia Brooker, Lisa Borowski, Charles E. Madden III, Susan Michelson, Lydia T. Solomon. Zajac admitted that these have been challenging times for public education, but is committed to turning its challenges into new opportunities. And Doherty is looking forward to working with the entire school board to facilitate a smooth transition as Dr. Groban retires as the superintendent.
Remember, 2 big events happening this weekend. Breakfast with Santa at the middle school and the play Almost Maine at the high school.
Also coming up, the high school choral and orchestra concert on the 12th, the 8th grade concert at Radnor Middle School on the 13th, and Ithan's holiday show on the 14th.
Before we go, we'd like to congratulate the Radnor High Q team for pulling out an impressive win over their tough opponents, Cardinal O'Hara and Ridley. You can catch the entire quiz competition immediately following our show.
Well, that about wraps it up for this week's edition of the RADNOR Report. I'm Jeremy Rome.
And I'm Ashley Bennett. For all of us here at RAD TV, have a great weekend and an even better week. See you next time.